This homemade coconut and turmeric chicken broth has so much flavor, you won't even believe it. This is my version of Indonesian chicken noodle soup. So this has got to be one of the most comforting chicken noodle soups that I make at home. I love the slightly creamy coconut flavor and the turmeric as well in that broth. Oh, so good, guys. Can't wait for you to try it. Let's do the broth first. We're gonna make it all from scratch and it doesn't even take that much time. Let's go through it. I'm gonna use some chicken thighs here. You could use a whole chicken as well. I just like to use the thighs because it's a little easier to shred up the meat. You don't have to worry about bones. And I like the thighs because when you're simmering them for a long time, they still stay nice and juicy. They don't dry out like the breasts. So let's talk about seasoning. Now, always with any kind of broth that I'm making at home, you want to layer the flavor. I want to make sure there's flavor going into the broth every step of the way. It starts with generous seasoning of salt on our chicken. And then to get the flavor really happening from the start, I want to brown off these chicken pieces just in a little bit of oil. Make sure you're seasoning every piece that goes in. And then season this other side of the chicken too. Now just be patient here. I want to develop a little bit of color on the bottom of that chicken because the color is the flavor. I'm going to turn these pieces over and we've got a nice little bit of blonde color there. So now we want a few aromatics to add to our chicken broth base. Just want some ginger, a couple of slices. Don't bother peeling it for this one because I'm going to strain it out anyway. And a stalk of lemongrass. Just want to bruise this guy, release all its aromas and flavors. And some kaffir lime leaves. Look, if you can't get a hold of these, don't worry, just leave them out. They do add a really beautiful citrus perfume to the broth, which I really like. And if you do happen to find them in your Asian grocer, you can freeze them. They freeze really well. Okay, and I also need some shallots here as well. Just gonna cut these in half. And then all of this goes into my pot. And now we add in the water. So I'm going to bring this up to a little bubble and then turn the heat down and just let it gently simmer for about 50 or 60 minutes. Okay, so the broth is simmering away, getting all of its chickeny and aromatic goodness in there. I want to add some more aromatics here. So I'm going to make a flavor paste and I'm going to start off with some ginger. Now I do want to peel this one, just use a spoon, and then just roughly chop it. Now that just goes into a blender. And some lemongrass as well. Now I always take the outside really firm parts of that lemongrass off when I'm making a paste and then cut the end off, which is also very firm, and then finally slice that pale part that's left. Now you want some garlic in here as well. And then here comes the really beautiful ingredient in this dish, and that is some fresh turmeric, if you can get a hold of it. This is what it looks like. Kind of looks like a very dark piece of ginger, but you can see underneath here, in there where it's been cut, that beautiful orange color. So just a word of warning here, guys, this will stain everything. Your fingers, your chopping board, your blender, your benchtop. So just be a little careful with it. Now, if you can't get a hold of fresh turmeric, you can totally just use dried ground turmeric. Just add a teaspoon of that. And some shallots. And now for my spices, I want some ground coriander and some cumin. And now you want to blend this up into a smooth paste. Now, one of the pitfalls of making a paste like this in your blender and not in a mortar and pestle, which is the more traditional way to do it, is that I find a lot of the time the ingredients just start chopping rather than being pounded and releasing all of their oils and aromas. So to help that, you need a little bit of extra liquid. I'm going to add in just a few spoonfuls of this stock. Now, a lot of people add oil here. I don't like to do that because one, with a broth like this, it can make it overly oily, and two, it kind of emulsifies rather than creates a paste and just has the wrong texture. Okay, so this is looking good. This is the kind of texture that you're looking for. What I want to do now is just scoop off a little bit of the fat and any kind of little white bits that have formed at the top of that soup. And now just take that chicken out. And then this is the great thing about these thighs is they literally just disintegrate without too much trouble. So you can shred these, or I just sort of tap my knife against each piece and that soft chicken just breaks apart. Now to finish off the soup, we want to strain it first. And now for the final burst of flavour for our broth, we're going to use that beautiful golden paste that we made earlier. So a little bit of oil, and then add that turmeric paste in. That smells so good. You can smell the lemongrass and those shallots and the garlic. Yum. Now you just want to heat this through because basically we want to cook off that raw flavour to the shallots, the raw flavour of the garlic, and get some nice sweet deep flavours happening. Okay, there's just been a couple of minutes and I can start to smell those spices and all those beautiful aromatics. Now I'm going to add my coconut milk. Look at that beautiful sunshine yellow colour. Now just give that paste a couple of minutes to acquaint itself with that coconut milk. And now pour in that chicken broth. Now just give that a stir and leave it on the heat for a couple more minutes just to bring all those flavors together. So while we're waiting, let's get all the bits and pieces that we're going to put on top of our noodle soup ready. Just want some coriander and some spring onion and some lime. I want a couple of pieces to finish off my soup and a couple of pieces for garnish. Okay, final finishing touches for our amazing, beautiful, bright broth here. Let me just taste this. That flavor is so amazing. I love that you can start out with literally just some water and make this beautiful, aromatic, savory broth. So good. And I'm gonna add some salt here and then a little squeeze of lime juice. And just that little finishing touch at the end really has brought all those flavors out. It is super bright, super savory, very comforting. Now I've just got some rice vermicelli noodles here. I'm going to top them with some of that chicken and now ladle over that broth. And here go the toppings. We want some spring onion, coriander, and just a little spoonful of sambal olik. This is a chili paste that has a bit of a salty, vinegary flavor, adds a bit of a kick at the end. And then a lime wedge to squeeze just before you eat. And there you go guys, one very amazing chicken noodle soup. Now let's see if I can eat this without getting turmeric all over myself. My goodness, that is good. Wow. Oh, and I did manage to get turmeric all over myself. I knew that would happen. It's totally worth it though. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys.